Hey everyone, AJ with Garden State Greens. Just giving a garden update here. It's June 20th, I think. This is a nectarine tree, I guess. My daughter found a pit and she planted it, and it's on its third year, and it's actually got some fruit. This is an old bed that's going to be a raspberry patch, so here's the raspberries coming in now. But until the rest of the bed comes in, we've got some other plants here that I repeat later, so I will tell you what they are somewhere else. Hold on. That's a dog. Here we've got a rainbow beefsteak tomato, purple bumblebee cherry tomato, and a zucchini. I think that's a mum from last year. Here's some random flowers that we planted. My son planted. And like I said, a lot of them repeat. So here's another one of the cherry tomatoes. I've got some thyme from last year. We have sunflowers along the back. We just picked the garlic out. One of many dragon peppers that are in the ground. Here's a volunteer spaghetti squash. Some of the lettuce that's almost out. These are Jacob's cattle beans. First year growing those. And then we've got some more purple bumblebee tomatoes, rainbow beefsteak. I believe one of these is paprika and one of these is a Jupiter sweet pepper. And then these are just some parsley going to flour. Here's red potatoes. This might actually be the year that I successfully grow them. Usually something happens, but it looks like it's starting to even flower. I've hilled it once, and I just let it go. So now it's flowering. Some of that romaine's got to come out. More squash. It's my daughter's 2x2 bed. She's got some broccoli and tomatoes in there, some dill. This is one of our water barrels. Just got a third one, so we have about 160 gallons. This is probably the best zucchini going on right now. So that's exciting. We have squash in here, tomatoes, watermelon. These are peas, and then the cucumbers are coming up right behind it. You could see it on the far end coming in. And a paste, Austrian, Hungarian, or Italian paste tomato. And then a whole bunch of carrots. We actually just started the patch over here, but my dog kicked it all out across the bed, so that worked out. Before we go through here, actually, I'll just back up a little bit. It's my attempt at making a bean trellis. So we've got Syrian pole beans, loofah, and some sweet potato to grow up. Here I got Boston pickling cucumbers. Just along, this is like an old frame for a swing with a fence on it. And then we have some basil, Napolitano basil. And these are more dragon peppers, cherry tomatoes, again, squash. We have some black beauty eggplant, some Rosa Bianca eggplant, and then I just planted some of the meatball eggplant from Burpee. Here's a peanut. So we'll try to grow those again. I think they were successful, but they were eaten, so we won't really know. And so we've got a lot of that on this side. Tiger beans over here, more cucumber, eggplant, sort of potted along the side. This is one section of it, and then I'll actually go back through this tunnel. We saw what was over there, and I've mirrored it on this side for the most part. So you see we've got a lot of the beefsteak tomatoes on the end, and then some watermelon, and then these peas have cucumber coming up the side of it. The more advanced ones are obviously over here. Oh, we finally got one. Sweet. So this whole trellis will be a tunnel, hopefully sooner rather than later. You can even see here where there's still some string beans. Here we've got lavender that came up from last year. Really nice flowers earlier in the season than other things. More tomato. There's the pole bean. This pole bean is really rocking it. The Syrian pole bean. It's a volunteer tomato. And then right here is one of the sweet purple sweet potatoes that we planted. So we've been growing Beauregards for years, but we got these purple ones that are pretty cool. There's some sage, paste tomatoes, thyme that is flowered. some habaneros. And over here we have broccoli that's going to come out soon. But we got a good head in there. These are Blue Lake bush beans along the bottom. Dragon peppers. There's some sweet potato. Maybe it's Beauregard or purple. We have about 17 this year, which is three times what we planted the year prior. And then I've got some stuff up in here. So that's the tunnel, and that was the side area. This is my first Hugel culture, Hugel hybrid. Actually, it's not a mound. Actually, now it's actually needs a lot more dirt in it, but using that methodology of the dry wood underneath. So we've got just random herbs: sage, echinacea, dill, basil, some zinnias. We've got a watermelon on this side too. This one's doing pretty good. And it looks like we got some tomatoes, cherry tomatoes coming in. So purple sweet potatoes, again, we've got 4 in this bed. And these are more paste tomatoes, and I've got more watermelon coming up behind it. And on this side, similar setup, but squash in the back. And then we have jalapeno peppers in the middle, one of a few oregano patches, a little more peanut. And then that's pretty much it. I've got a blueberry on this side that will hopefully be coloring in shortly. So this is about 3 or 4 years old. Astiblaze, I don't say that right. But I got them on this side. We've had them several years. Here's some bee balm that came up for its 2nd year. And then a little sedum. And that's pretty much it. So wanted to capture it now before it all went to hell. And we'll see how this turns out. Thanks.